one flash of your eyes, I am undone by your love. My beloved, my equal, my bride, you leave me breathless. I am overcome by merely a glance from your worshiping eyes, for you have stolen my heart. I am held hostage by your love and by the graces of righteousness shining upon you. The commentary of this passage says this, or you have ravished my heart. This is the Hebrew word Liba Bethany, which is taken from a Semitic root word that means to tear bark off a tree. He is saying your loving eyes of worship has uncovered his heart and laid it bare, making him vulnerable to you. What a description of what happens to Jesus when he looks into your eyes. Your worship brings him such an ecstasy and delight that it becomes hard to even imagine. Yet God has placed inside of you the ability to ravish the vulnerable heart of your King, not someday in heaven, but now, even when you feel incomplete and weak. Wow. We often feel like God is up there listening to our worship, and maybe he's feeling glad we are worshiping him, but deep down, he doesn't need our worship. This is a half-truth. Yes, he is all-powerful, and Scripture says he doesn't need bulls and lambs for sacrifices because he owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. He's not in need, but in the same way one would want their spouse to enjoy their affection and expression of love. That is what it's like when you're in a covenant relationship with Jesus. It says we are the bride. So he doesn't need it, but yet it fills him up with such ecstasy to feel our affections for him. In a marriage, you pour your love into your spouse, and he pours it into you. And this is a beautiful exchange where both partners are giving and taking. It's not one-sided. But Jesus is looking into your eyes. He wants to restore you back to your original identity that got destroyed by sin and death and destruction. Let him look. And as you let him look at you, allow those places where you're hurting in your heart to become vulnerable to him. You can't do this life without his ravishing love that is purposed and designed to restore. Let him love your lonely, hurting heart back to hope and life and abundance. Remember too that even when you feel incomplete and weak, Jesus is still ravished in his heart by your worship. When you feel like your attempts at worshiping him are pathetic, he is still ravished either way. When you make that sacrifice of praise in your heart, no matter your circumstances, you shift the atmosphere and bring hope into your sphere of influence. So not only does it bless Jesus' heart, but it's a double whammy of blessing for you. How wonderful that God rewards us even when we don't deserve it. He rewards us with his presence, with every supernatural blessing in the heavens that we can't even imagine, and yet we are still human, in process, and far from perfect. Let Jesus love you even when you feel you don't deserve it, and shame off you. Don't let shame hold you back from being in a position to receive. Hope this blesses you today, and make sure to like this video, hit the notification button, and subscribe to my channel, Freshly Brewed Truth. Also, let me know in the comments if this video encouraged you. God bless.